you know that for any revenue you pay to the county, there must be a receipt.
Yes.
And you know that if there is no receipt issued, both you giving and the one receiving commit a crime under the Public Finance Management Act of concealment of public revenue. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I'm aware.
You are aware. So you did not ask for receipt for 2,000?
I have not asked for receipt.
Yes, minutes. You don't have it, but you are given documents. Did you sign an inventory of the documents that were given to you by the Human Resource Department?
Because I'm not an employee of the county, the staff they were signed on the act.
Answer to my question, Mr. Tik. The question is on inventory. Whether or not you signed an inventory for the documents you have received.
I didn't decide.
You didn't sign anything.
I'm not an employee.
You are not an employee of the county. I thought speakers. I am aware. Are you aware that for you to get any document from government, the government has provided inventories of documents detailing which documents are given who, the date you requested it, the number of copies that he was given, and the purpose for which it was given out. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? So,
I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I don't know that.
because you are not wrong to say so. Now I'm informing you that what you are doing with the county secretaries, the director of human resource, was not a formal engagement. It was an informal. You have done a letter. Listen. Then you needed to follow that letter with the formality to conclusion. You are not entitled to cut corners. So that as we stand here with Atika, even if you call that human resource person here, he cannot for sure even stand with you, saying that the one who gave you this document. Can he stand with you and say the one who gave you this document? That's my problem. Are you calling that person here to vouch that yes, I'm so and so, I was delegated this duty by the county secretary to give Atika this document? Are you calling it?
I'm not that not my party.
Yes or no? Are you calling it?
I'm not calling.
You are not calling. That's what you want. You don't have an answer. Why are you calling? Now, Mr. T, having confirmed to us that you committed a crime, I want to take you back to the documents that is still sought at page 69. Look at that document. Read for 16 of the volume 1 of our volume 1. The letter dated 4th of November 2020. Are you there?
Yes.
Read paragraph 1 and tell the committee what it intended to do.
Paragraph 1 is articulation that is used over
What do you intend to do? Second paragraph.
I did following the announcement by our governor in September that they are likely to go to work at the council and then carry out a forensic audit on the human resource in the council and therefore require permission from among other officers of your office.
You want to conduct a forensic audit of the human resource.
Yes.
I want you to look at all the laws that you have required. The Constitution, statutes available in our country. Give us a section that gives a private person like you the power to ask a government that you want to do a forensic audit of their documents. Give us a position. Do you have it?
No, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not competent to
When you say you want to conduct a forensic audit on government facilities, they document anything. You must have a power which has been given to you by law. Exactly. This is the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. I want to give you a copy. Show me where it gives you power as a private citizen to walk into government and do a forensic audit of their documents. Yes.
What I'm saying is, any private system can institute or can convert and start a process.
Yes.
That process of information is not right with you. Particularly my information was purely a forensic audit.
So I want to refer you to Article 35, which you have said is the source of your information. Tell us where in that article it gives you powers to undertake a forensic audit of government documents. That I can walk to the judiciary, tell them to give me all the files because I want to do forensic audit. Tell us. If you do that, I'll close this thing.
Right for information.
Read it to the committee.
Every citizen has the right to access to information held by the state, information held by another person, and is required for the exercise or protection of any right or fundamental freedom. Every person has the right to the correction or revision of and full utility information that affects the public.
That article tells you that you have a right to do forensic audit. That article tells you that a private citizen has a right to do forensic audit.
You know what is forensic, and they are the one who start the audit.
I'm talking about the article.
Yeah,
I know that's what you get on the
yes, I don't
So
know.
the question, you're coming to where you know it.
Forensic audit is what it
Does-
is, which we are attacking.
No, it's the question about
Information can be forensic, can be
listen, the teacher, and the examiner, you are the student. You are not fair. The question the examiner is asking you, does that article 35 give you the power to do forensic audit of government documents?
Right to information. What is this right to information? Specify what it is.
Now it gives
I
you,
listen to forensic audit.
listen. It gives you right to information. Read what
Is
is
information right?
Listen. And the not the interruption. So that our time is not rushed.
Try as much as you can be precise, the point, question after the other, to avoid ambiguity. No, they are not in every statement that you are making. Try and avoid ambiguity.
Thank you so much. Now read the purpose why that article gives somebody the right information. It is actually at B. What the purpose? Read it to them.
Information held by another person
Yes.
and required for the exercise and protection of any right or fundamental freedom.
That information you are seeking is if it is required for the protection, it's a benefit.
Not necessarily, because there are A and B. You are combining B.
We are not to be benefit.
Not mislead the
I can't hear you, I'm just hearing you on my head. You know, I expect you so much.
more even should take everything as
Kindly, and that's why today, you know, you come to my place. I don't want you to.
That's all good.
Yes.
It seems you are assisting the petitioner to give to what you know, if he answers your question wrongly, it's a bonus, right? It's a pure advantage.
No, I'm on a mission. The one who does that. So, the information
sent by the state
and required for the protection of a fundamental right. Now tell us in this letter, which right were you protecting? Whose right were you protecting? Which right were you protecting? Fundamental
I
right.
am a citizen of the government. I need that.
Let's proceed. To now your other petition. And now we are on page 2 with the rest. You will agree with us that from pages number 2 all the way to page number 15, you are merely reproducing what different sections of Acts of Parliament and what different sections of the Constitution and the regulations provide.
Basis of that.
You will agree with us that now your facts are those found at page 16 all the way. Your facts and your allegations are those found at page 16 all the way to the end of that petition, to page 45. That's where your allegations are. And you agree with us that you have adopted those facts and the allegations in your affidavit and the subsequent documents for your file, supporting the law. So let's now go to them one by one. And I want to begin with the last one, number 8, page 39. You are making an allegation that as a ground of removal of the past respondents, read the commission, page 39, what is your evidence? Paragraph number 2. 2 of page 39.
Paragraph 7.
Yes.
Whereas the past respondent was
No, the heading, you want to see the allegation before you go to the particular. Forgive me.
three past respondents.
Yes.
Legal accepting appointments, legal extending and renewal contracts.
Then you are alleging that the past respondent illegally accepted an illegal appointment. When you file that petition, that is the position you got, an allegation made. And you know that when you make an allegation, you have a duty to prove it.
Yes.
Now, go to the documents where the proof is supposed to be found. Go to the documents. Your documents. Flag out a single document which supports that allegation.
There are two letters here. Which
We are not here in the petition. When you ask for those documents, you say, no, we cannot provide what I'm true. You see? And we will question.
There are two letters of appointment.
Now, we want you to look at the petition before the Republic of Kenya. And the document you want to rely on, the document you want to rely on, and the flag out a page of a document that supports that allegation.
We actually
Go to the petition, the documents annexed there to. The others you are telling us are the ones we asked you, and you say we can't supply, and it won't supply.
I need
Now, go to the petition that is for determination before this committee. Flag out from the petition. Flag out from the petition. A document supporting that.
They are not there.
Yeah. Make our case. Go ahead and fill it. So that in the absence of a document from your petition, you see that is a mere allegation. Yes?
Yes, with a fact.
It's a fact, yes. Not supported. A fact must be supported by evidence. You have no evidence.
There is a, I have it.
In your
not there is no
Yeah. Jacob, Can we agree on this rules of engagement? That we are looking at the document that is before the committee. So, and I'm putting it to you that you can see that statement of fact that as an allegation has got no supporting evidence.
Yes, I confirm.
Thank you. So, that has collapsed. But even by the time you are coming to this petition, and I'm making reference to our bundle, volume number 1, page 23. Are you there? That is the petition running from page. The petition is running from petition E10, running from page 12 all the way to 23. Are you there? Yes. And I want you to note that the third respondent from that petition is who? Read for the committee.
Governor Kisii County.
The third respondent.
Kisii County Public Service Board.
Kisii County Public Service Board. Now, look at page number 25, 23, and the first prayer sought at paragraph what is indicated as a D. Read it to the committee.
A declaration that the employment of the chairperson of the third respondent, as well as the one court member, namely was irregular and unconstitutional, and thus null and void.
That's null and void. Read for us the dates indicated down there when that petition was signed. 27 March 2023. Read for us the case number.
E10.
Do you now see that that issue which you are raising in the petition, which has already collapsed? You believe it? That's in the one. That's one of the price. It's also in a protocol. Have you seen that? Have you seen that that issue which we have collapsed on the chairperson because of lack of your evidence is also an issue for interrogation before protocol? Have you seen it?
It's fine enough from my court.
Yes. It's no problem coming to that, but that's why I showed you the data. Have you seen that it's subject of interrogation before a protocol?
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah, that's what it is like this.
So that now that you have no evidence and it has collapsed, can the dead still help you to prove it? This was fine after. Even if it was filed before, you need evidence. Can still that help you?
I still stand with my the fact that there was a couple of people attached here that don't mean this is done.
Let's go to paragraph number, page number of your petition, page number 38. Are you there?
Yes.
What is the allegation that you are laying there in your petition? Read the section.
To cut out the allegation 3, 18,
Read the head of the
declare, file, and publish mandatory report before the council assembly as the law requires.
As the law requires. And I want you to take you to where the law is. Where the law is found on publication of those reports. Yes? That law you are talking about you there? It's found at section 59, yes? And it's saying, prepare regular reports for submission. That is section 59 1B. Are you there? Of the county government tax. What was this information? So are you seeing that?
Yes.
The section says that this is the 59 1E. 59 1B.
1 says the functions of the county court shall be on behalf of the county government to prepare regular reports for submission to the county assembly on execution of the functions of the board.
So they are supposed to prepare regular reports on behalf of the council. And those reports they prepare are a commission. Yes?
Yes.
So you understand that according to that section, they do a report, they send to the county government for submission to the assembly.
Yes.
Now, and I want you to see what the assembly will do after they have received that report. And the same section 59, subsection 6. Read it to the court.
The board shall publish a report required under this section in the county gazette no later than 7 days after the court has delivered to the county.
After the court has delivered to the court assembly, within how many days?
7 days.
Published in which gazette notice?
County gazette.
The county gazette. That's good. Who is the spokesman person for the county gazette?
Yeah.
Good.
Who is spokesman for the county government?
Yes. Under that, who communicates on behalf of county government? The act, right? You are there. Do you know the work of the county secretary?
Yes.
You know that under the act is the last center of communication in the county government. That's what I'm saying. You will communicate. Now, I want you to tell us, as far as you are concerned, do we have a Kisii County Gazette? And where is that page of the Kisii County Gazette?
I'm not a spokesman for Kisii County or Canada.
As far as you know, I've told you what the law says.
I think we are not looking at it.
They are not looking at it.
Whether it is Kisii County Gazette or National Gazette, it was not. They are not looking for it. Whether it is Kisii Gazette or National Gazette. Yes, that's why I'm telling you.
I've read to you the law that you can only gazette it in the Kisii County Gazette. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
I'm asking
I
you.
don't know the law Kisii Gazette would
No, I'm asking you. You supplied a letter.
All I know is that they did not publish the court of this as required in the Kenya Gazette. They, as a board, can cause, directly can cause the publication of that gazette. So, not that gazette not being there is not an excuse for them. They are the officers of the county.
Listen.
They are supposed to cause
Listen.
the publication of that Kisii County Gazette.
Mr. Tika, can you reread section 59.6 and tell us the name of the gazette where that report is supposed to be published?
In the county gazette,
Couldn't finish there. Where is that county gazette found?
the board is just competent enough to that.
Where is that county gazette found? Has it been established?
Not my
Has it or has it not?
I have not seen named gazette
those reports. Did he tell you that I have not seen this one? We have a county gazette here, and these are our leaders, and therefore I have not seen any of those reports published. Did he tell you also that?
As far as I was not any evidence of the report published in the PC or county,
And I have said that. He said it is not
I have not seen. I was not. It has not been
in
evidence.
your documentation. This is not the only one which is supposed to be. Do you have a copy of how the Kisii County Gazette looks? No, you don't have. So that I tell you that number one, those reports you could not find them in the Kisii County Gazette because they are not existing. Are you now aware of it?
I don't know what the Kisii Gazette is.
Now, but besides that, I want now to make this as page number 44 of our bundle number 4. So that now we move there. We are in agreement that they are supposed to, on behalf of the county government, prepare those reports for the county government to take care of themselves. Now, look at page 474. Are you there? Are you seeing that document?
Yes.
Please read the title of the document.
Report on the extent of compliance with the national values and the principles of governance at the county public service.
At the county public service. There is a month and a year indicated. What is
December 2022.
December 2022. Thank you. And the report runs all the way to page 17. Are you there? Page 4 again. Are you there?
Yes.
You have seen that report right there.
Yes.
Go to the next page, 499. Are you there? Oh, the next page. The next page is the delivery book. And I want you to read the second item received on the 31st of January 2023 by the county secretary. Read it. Yeah. What is it?
The statement of science.
No, the other one above. The one above indicates the person who has those works and who. Are you there?
Talking about nomination or what?
Yeah. Nomination?
To see chairperson,
Chairperson?
CPSP,
That is one about what then? What? Annual report?
and I think plus
Annual report to assembly. Now, behind it, who is the person? But not behind this one, who is the person that document is indicated to? You want to be referring to this document?
County Secretary.
County Secretary. And in front of it, yes,
There is I don't know what it is.
but it's their mark.
There's a mark.
It's a mark there. We are making reference to this document. And particularly the document received by the County Secretary on the 31st of January 2023 as annual report to Assembly. So that we are telling you, if you can see that, that report has been submitted to the spokesman of the county so that it can be submitted to the Assembly. Have you noted that? Now, let's proceed to the next document. The next document is found at page 503. Are you there? 503. Read to the committee what that document is.
Report of the extent of compliance with the national values and principles of governance at the county public service.
What is the month and the year of that report?
2021.
December 2021. Let us now go to the end of that report. And the report ends on 540. Are you there? Page 540. Are you there?
Yes.
Now, look, page 527. Are you there?
Yes.
That report ends at page 500.
Yes.
Yes? Are you seeing that?
527. Yes.
527. That's for which year? December?
2021.
December 2021. Let's go to the next document at 5:30. Page 5:30. Read it to the committee.
December 2020.
December 2020. And that document runs to page 540. Are you there?
Yes.
And I want you to also read the next document at page 541. Are you seeing that anywhere? Are you seeing that? And I want you to read for this committee, yes, the first item which is delivered to the County Secretary on the 10th of January 2022. Read it, please. Read it.
Staff training.
Yes.
Management of staff training.
Yes. Another line. Yes. Then the next one.
Annual report.
Annual report to assembly. Are you there? And you can see there is a mark of a signature idle. And behind it is by the county secretary. Yes. So I am showing you I'm showing you therefore that the report for 2020 that we have, the report for 2021, and the report for 2022 are very much well with the county government. Now, I want to take you back to section 59. What does it say? 59 section 1B.
The functions of the county capital or the lead on behalf of the county secretary to exercise human control over the prepare any report for the meeting of county on the execution of their county report.
Now, I want to show you, you see that section says they're supposed to prepare regular reports.
Yes.
What is the definition of regular? How many times?
Every year they are planning. This is every year. Yeah.
And you have seen for 2020, we have. For 2021, we have. For 2022, we have. Now, I question you. The report you are seeking from the clerk was a report of the County Public Service Board. Yes?
Yes.
Why didn't you write to the person whose duty is to prepare that report to give you that report? Why you appoint that office is supposed to prepare? Tell them generally, you have a duty as to 59 to prepare a report. Can you give me before you go to the assembly?
As far as I'm concerned, because this continues as a country, I think work was supposed to be done.
So from UC, you wrote to a relevant and irrelevant person. And how old was that clerk when you supplied this letter? How old was he? You don't know. If I inform you, if I inform you that he has not even mastered all the names of the members of the count here,
I don't know.
it's just very recent, and there's a very productive. He may not have known it learned. Don't you think that was a lot of us? I think you should.
That amount is gold, it's not personality.
Now, you have seen that therefore, that allegation of yours from failure to file the reports which are there is also there.
As long as the issue was not gazetted, I still stand.
Yes.
And that is the conclusion.
Can you gazette a document when the forum of gazetting is not there?
That's not my.
It's like
It's the responsibility of the court, of the whoever is supposed to be empowered to do that. Because that is
And you know
it's the responsibility of the county court to ensure that the court is published.
Now, that's all. You have now gone from that allegation. You know that very well, if the county assembly is supposed to come up with an act to create a county gazette or green. I'm asking these people what they have done.
Let me make clear.
And that is the
If the county gazette does not exist,
yes.
and it's the responsibility of the county public service board to cause the publication, it is their failure.
To create it.
For heaven's sake, it is their failure
To create the data.
Yes, to create it. Yes.
Give us a function on the board.
Let me tell you one thing. I've been in this corporate world for many years. If as an officer you realize there is something missing, you cause it into minutes, you request, give me an evidence where they are safe.
Let's calm. I will 15 seconds to.
That's how I know.
Mr. Tika, you can take a bottle of water.
Let them give me evidence that they did not.
So, relax.
Now,
15 seconds. Wait a minute. 15 seconds.
Let us now go to
15 seconds, please. Almost. You can also take a bottle of water. Really.
now, I want to take you to allegation number 1. This is our work number 1. Engagement, that's page 7. Are you here? Are you there?
Yes.
You are saying that these people are alleged to employ persons above 60 years. Contrary to the law.
Yes.
And you have listed the names of those persons.
Yes.
The first person is
Joseph Mbati
Joseph.
Joseph Mbati Joseph.
The second person is
Soil Waka Oge.
Yes, the chair. Share with your attention. On that allegation, the first person you are saying who was wrongly employed was
Joseph Mbati Ocho.
the second person,
Soil Waka Oge.
the third person,
Evans Umenga.
the fourth person,
Neren Kwamboka Songa.
and the fifth person,
David Onyego Makumani.
the sixth person,
Joy Ochere Nenate.
the seventh person,
Cyrus Njagi Nyaga.
the eighth person,
Mauti Nagute.
the ninth person,
Daniel Mugembo Mabutu.
Daniel Ogemono. You say those are persons above 60 years who the board employed according to the purpose of employment contracts as set by the head. Yes. Yes. I want you to agree with me that the Public Service Commission Act makes a provision that you can employ a person above 60 years on contract. You agree with me that the Public Service Commission Act makes a provision for the employment of persons above retirement age on contract? Agree? You agree? Yes. You also agree. You also agree that Public Service Commission Act, and we are making reference to bundle number 2, volume number 2 of our document, makes a criteria on how that one is to be done. Are you there? Are you there? Our volume number 2, beginning with page 110A, is the Public Service Commission Act. Are you there? And what you are saying is found at page number 13, 135B, section 80. Are you there? Are you there? Section 8 is the one which says that public officers shall declare 60. Are you there? Section 80, subsection 2, the next page, is the one which now sets and gives power to any appointing authority to engage a public servant above 50 years. Yes. Read. No. Read that there, section 2.
This by subsection 1B, the commission or other appointing authority may engage the public officer for service after the retirement age upon such terms of contract as may be agreed. Yes. If, number 1, the public officer possesses their skill, their knowledge, skill, and the competences for the time being required in this.
Yes.
The retired officer is willing to be engaged on contract.
Yes.
The retired officer, public officer, performance shall not in any way impair their age.
Yes. So it is the position of the law that as long as a public officer who is being employed meets the requirements, the criteria for employment, it would be proper to give a contract.
Yes.
Now, my question to you is, and before I go to the question, I go to the regulation number 70 under that act. Are you there, regulation 70? Regulation 70, leave it. That act as regulation number 70, and regulation number 70 makes a definition of what rare skill, rare knowledge is. You have quoted it in your document, okay? Yes. Yeah, that regulation regulation 72 was not the regulation. Yes, that regulation is found at page 107B of the bundle volume number 1. This is the bundle volume number 1. Yes?
Yes, absolutely.
So read sub-regulation 7 of that 70, what makes a definition of what you are getting. Next page.
In this regulation, there are knowledge, skills, and competence. Means knowledge, skill, and competence that are discussed and unique and not lazy available in the market.
So that is the definition of rare skill, rare knowledge, and rare competence. Now, you have made an allegation. Therefore, you don't question the power of the public service board that it can appoint persons under above the age of 6 years. You don't question that power. They have. But your allegation is that they did not follow that regulation.
Yes.
Thank you. The first question is, these people that you have noted here say that they do not qualify. Have you notified them that you are coming to tell the board, the committee, that they were appointed without qualification? The job is still out there. Have you not asked them?
There are some are green and some are, you know, what I'm
No.
saying, the job they're looking for,
The point is, my good friend Atika, have you notified these persons you have listed who did not qualify that you are coming before this committee to state that they were given contracts without qualification?
I didn't have any reason to.
You did have a reason to do so. And they are not here today.
Yes. They can't hear this.
And they can't hear your report. Now, you know it's your allegation to prove. Yes?
Yes.
Other than proving that they are about 60 years of age, in your documents, do you have here academic credentials to confirm your allegation that for the positions that they were contracted to, they did have rare knowledge, they did have rare skill, they did have rare competence? In your bank of documents, do you have a document?
I have, of course, I'm not somebody for each of these.
In your go to give us a copy of their academic credentials from the documents, even for one of them, and relate it to the job was given, and tell us whether according to you, that person was not having their skill. Do you have that copy?
No, I don't. I
You don't have that
I didn't
copy.
go to their file. That's personal to know. Yes, how they're supposed to come in.
Do you have a copy of their curriculum vitae, their CV, which will show the academic credentials, the skills they have acquired, and the experience?
The one thing was the
No.
job was the markation workers. I don't know.
Listen.
These are markation workers. The skill I'm talking about.
Listen. Do you have, it's an allegation you have presented that they don't have those things? And we are trying to see whether that allegation can stand.
These are casual workers. Some of them supply. There are no less skill here in being a casual worker. If you have them, you can also share with them. Their skill. The answer is there are no less skill.
Let us see, Mr. Atika, when you are asked a question, just say yes or no magic explanations and answer. Once you have asked a question, don't ask another question on this. As I said.
So, you don't have their curriculum vitae to support your allegation that
That question has been answered.
what was that? It doesn't matter. Thank you. So therefore, that is a mere allegation. You are alleging to Kenya citizen that is about 60 years, he has no real knowledge, no real skill, no real competence, and therefore is not supposed to employ you when you have no evidence to support that. Don't you see that?
For specific job.
Yes.
They are appointed specific job to appoint.
And you don't have evidence. Don't you see that? May not see for now. Let's now go to the issue of engagement. Page number 3. Even before you go through that, there's a document return the money, what is the slide? Are you familiar with it? Look at that document. I want to give you an example. One of the persons you have mentioned is Cyrus Njagi. Yes. There is that letter dated 24, the next letter, 24 of February 2021. Are you there? Yes. It is from the Director of Supply Chain Management. Yes. CEO, Finance and Accounting Services.
Yes.
Please read the body of the letter.
Reference is contract appointment of Mr. Cyrus Njagi Nyaga, CFM number 19860571108. Kindly note that the above named officer is a supply chain management assistant at 3. He has attained the mandatory pension of 6 years on 16/4/2021. The purpose of this memo is to request your office to consider recommending the officer to the public service board for a contract appointment for 3 years. Also, I will request you to consider his injunction to care on contract terms. Please note that the county has employed procurement officers who are new and young in service. With the experience he has for many years, I will request you to allow him to train, mentor new staff, and procurement issues.
That is a request made by the director.
Yes.
And we have new staff. This particular one has been here for us. We don't want to make mistakes. Please allow him a contract to train. That's a request. Now go to the next, and the next CF for finance. Now go to the next page. That letter is from the director of human resources to the council secretary.
Yes.
There is the thing. Also read it, please.
Contract appointment, Cyrus Njagi Nyaga. The above mentioned is a supply chain management assistant 3 and will attend the management age as a presented at 6 years from 16 April 2021. The purpose of this memo therefore is to request the county public service board to consider appointing him in a supply chain management assistant 1 to care on contract accounts for a period of 2 years from the start. When he retires, due to his experience and his role of training as a staff on procurement management. So you see, that's a request. He has come from the line department, recognizing the unique competence they require from him, and asking the relevant bodies to recommend him for their purpose, not for the purpose of the county. Do you agree that the function of the county transport is to meet the labor demands of the department of county? Yes? According to the regulation.
Yes. Their function is to meet the labor demands. And if a labor demand has come in this form, will the county public service board refuse to meet it and still remain in function?
They are the custodian of the law and regulation. They can advise what is proper.
Do you have
They tell you more. This is the worst.
Do you have evidence to the contrary that this was not a legal function?
Yes.
Do you have evidence in your documentation that will show that contrary to what this labor request was, this was not a legal function? Do you have evidence in your documentation?
No, I'm not going, but I'm explaining what
You're very well. So you can see you are just throwing allegations. Now, let's go to allegation number 3, irregular recruitment of staff. Are you there? At page 2445. You have got 8, 7, 1 and 2. We are now at 3. Page 24. You are saying that there was irregular and illegal recruitment of staff. Yes? Yes. And all those allegations ran all the way to from pages 24 to 29. Yes? And the allegations in those, the allegations are that the positions which were advertised, for instance, were 42, and the board added 5 more. Yes. And also the allegation is that, for instance, for the ECD teachers, the positions which were advertised were how many? That's the one we're talking about, and the rest are there. My question to you is this. You understand how the county employment system works. And I want you to agree with me that employment in the county government is on the basis of competition. Yes. And you agree with me that for competition there must be advertising. Yes. And there must be interviews. Yes. And that those who succeed in the interview always get the job. Yes. These additional members, you say, were they interviewed? The additional members, you say, were they interviewed? Yes, yes. These additional members you are saying were shortlisted for interview. Yes. And the additional members came from the list of the shortlist. Yes. Who went through the interview. Yes. I have seen you recite one now and again that these additional members were recruited without the request from line department. Yes, that's your application. Now, let me take you to page 417 of volume number 4. And this is about mental faculties that tell you that this is the world. Page 4. Are you there? Read that letter from which person? Acting Secretary from that remover. It's from the court secretary. It is just two acting secretaries of county. And what is the request? What is the subject? Additional faculties for advertising, yes, and use for technical instructor positions. Read to the committee what method. The above posts are advertised on 10 December 2021. However, the Department of Education and Manpower there has been an increase in enrollment of both PTC and ECD Center. This has necessitated the department to look into the staff establishment vis-a-vis the increased enrollment. It has been therefore recommended that the board considers to selection of additional 8 instructors, 13 ECD teachers. The department has confirmed to have allocated enough funds, but the purpose of this matter
request the board to consider making this economical rather than the advertised for social whilst there was none. The economic secretary is informing the board that there are the government benefits in our schools thanks to our people who are giving back, and there is a need for extra ECD teachers. And the department is telling them, we have seen you have advertised. We are requesting that out of your list of those people who you advertise, select for us a few more. And they are giving you a list of them. Look, we think it will be economical for you to do that rather than advertise for those. You see that? So there is a request, a reason, and a judgment. You see that? And those are the people you are complaining about. Not sure. If you are complaining that these people should not have enough ECD teachers, are you really for the public of Kisii or for the devils of Kisii? Why do you want our people not to have enough teachers? Educating their children in Kisii. Why? You are educated worse. You don't want this young man supplying at the water to have enough teachers for their children. Why are you against it? You see how the problem happening? Anyway, let me now take you to Article 201. Article 201 of the Constitution.
Thank you. Let's proceed.
Article 201 of the Constitution sets the principles of management of public finance. Yes? Yes. And if you look at Article D. Yes? Can you read it to the please Article D. Read it to these good people here listening to your eyes. Yes. So, passive finance can be used in a responsible way and in a prudent manner because it is cash. You as a finance person, you know that. Now tell us, was it more prudent to re-advertise again, ask the people to retreat to Kisumu, consider 13 people, and then come to do interviews using money again, rather than just picking 13 people from the already who have done interview? What was more prudent as a finance person? Picking those from the interview because the list was complete, and then you start picking 44, 45 after the list, or again, re-advertise.
That is your opinion.
That's our opinion. Yeah. And the law says you will prove it. Yes. Yes. And you know every law, listen, every law has what is referred to the Constitution. But if there is a law which goes contrary to a principle of our Constitution, like prudent management of resources, that law is not law. You are aware of that? Yes. Let's go to that 418. Go to page 418.
What is it, Honorable Master?
The petitioner is an accountant. They know that one of the accepted standards of accounting is prudence. So it's also a principle that is applied in management. So I think that's something that we need to be very careful about. Even when we are talking about compliance with the law, but also the principle of prudence is applicable in management issues.
Thank you. I hope you have been guided on that. And You have exactly 1 hour. Thank you.
Chair, I'm the timekeeper of the office here. After it's done, I'm giving you 5 minutes. I'll request that I address you on the side because I have colleagues that I want to leave also on time so that I want to keep track of the maximum.
I want you to go down to page 418. 418. The next page. That is minutes of the cabinet meeting. Now, ratifying that request. You see that? Read to the committee minutes
Of the cabinet meeting,
Yes.
or the city summit,
Yes.
and permission of advertising to faculty,
Which department?
education department held on 22nd March 2022 at the governor's office, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And I read minutes number 3 for a page forward.
Minutes 303 2022. Permission of faculty advertising on 10th December 2021.
So you see, read for these people to listen so that they can know that we are lying there more. We have been telling people that. Read it. That's it.
So what am I supposed to do?
That minute, the entire minute.
After his excellence the governor of the month, the county secretary welcomes the CECM in charge of education to lead the team on the next item on the agenda. The CEC for education tabled a request before the county executive committee. It was seeking the commitment's approval to vary number of various advertisements, PTC and ECD vacancies respectively. The department's request was informed by the fact that there was an increase of enrollment in running for ECDs by 4,045. That is 56,374 up to 61 to 19. And opening of 7 new vocational training centers, 51 which saw an increase of enrollment from 3,968 to 5,052, which caused higher teacher instructor learner ratio in both vocational training centers and ECT centers. The department, through PHLM, meeting held on 16 March 2022, recommended for consideration of additional 13 ECT teachers and 8 instructors respectively from among the interviewed candidates, since it will reduce cost of advertising. Informed that the department had confirmed to have set aside enough funds for the year 2021-2022 budget to cater for the additional faculties. The total allocation was 6.7 million and 16 million for ECT and the vocational training respectively. After the deliberation, the county executive committee approved the department's request to make additional 13 ECT teachers and a vocational instructor in line with the department's personnel needs. Thank you.
And the next document you can see what those minutes are saying is adopting the minutes of the Department of Education. The next document found as 442. You can see that? For the sake of time. 442 is the minutes of the 9 departments which is being adopted by the cabinet. You see that? Meeting held on this CEC body. I see that?
That's what I'm saying.
Now, the line ministry has a chief officer who is an accounting person. You know that?
Yes.
It has a minister who is also supposed to supervise.
Yes.
They have made a recommendation that considering their budgets and their needs, that we need more teachers. They have taken these teachers' recommendation to the cabinet. The cabinet has approved.
Allow me to interrupt you for 2 seconds.
I wanted clarification because there is an
think it's on page 4. Is it 4? Yes, it's on that point. Can we, it seems that was that internal communication or was advertised to the public before it was done?
Have you had a question, Mr. Chika?
Yes. Which I think you only might have to do. To read it loud, that you get to know what is it.
That letter which you have read,
Yes.
is that we get to know what is in that letter. And that the condition here is employment.
Yes.
So I wanted it to be expounded. Was that an internal letter within the county department or it was an advice which was put in that the public will also know that there is an extra employment being made? Can you put it clear?
This is an internal.
It's not external. Thank you. You are guided. Carry on. So, your answer about that was what? The request, this communication is not talking about that. It's talking about communicating, advising the department. Yes, yes. So, on our issue, we have shown you that the line minister, these people, where the accounting officer, have served a main position. Consider there is a need for solutions. They have noted that you have already advertised. And they are saying in their judgments, it would be more prudent if we did the project.
How many local
42. Yeah, and now this is a request petition. Yes. And I can't want to do. Now, now, the line minister who cares for us has said we need additional. Yes. The line minister said we need additional teachers from my group. Now, they are taken to the cabinet for approval, and they are taken to the board for implementation. Listen. The board is supposed to recruit people for who? For itself or for the government? For the government. Who is the CEO of the government? CEO for the government. And decisions of the government were made by cabinet. Yes. And the decisions been made of the need. Yes. Now, the question here is, if they are meant to recruit for in compliance with this decision, how do you have to ask them to hire the body? When they have advised on prudence, they have advised on positions, and they have advised on the need. I'm simply talking about the compliance with the law. And I've shown you the Constitution says the word prudence comes from Article 4. That is that prudence means you do judgment on the case you have before you. And in the judgment of the judgment of the ministry, in the judgment of the cabinet, and in the judgment of the Lord, that was agreed. Now, so on that issue, therefore, I can show you, I'm telling you that your allegation is not only baseless, because there is advice and prudence. Number 2, there is advice on need. And 3, the list of people picked were from already those people. And then number 4, it is against our people who you seek to represent. Then they want even that more to be brought. Where will you take the rest now? You will. That's all for this. I invite my directors to now take over the lead. Thank you for listening to me.
Honorable Chair, with your kind permission, I'll be seeking to kindly request for a slight extension of time because I noticed we have around 55 minutes looking at us taking around 1 hour 20 minutes. So that before we proceed, I have 6 other colleagues. The one coming next will take 20 minutes, and everyone else is going to take 10 minutes each. So I was kindly requesting at this stage that as we start again, because Mr. Nemoya has actually had the general questions that we sought, so that you kindly extend our accommodators as we proceed, so that we finish before we go for
Well understood. I suggest that we have 10 minutes. You can adjust kindly. Adjust.
If you do 20, we'll be very, very grateful, considering that we have 5 individuals here for whom this matter is very important, and considering that this particular matter affects actually all the employees of DC County as well. So that it's a kind request, so that we are done latest by 1:15 then.
15 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, we can have Mr. Wede then for the next 20 minutes. Then everyone else will take 10 minutes, and then make sure of that.
You said you want to take how many? First one to take how many minutes? 20 minutes. Then it goes 15 minutes. Once done, you stop.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You confirm that the petition before is assigned was the one that was signed by Advocate and Lordship. The petition before the assembly, we have 2 sets of petition, right? I'm taking you to page 41 or 45 of the petition. Just 1 minute. Are you there? Page 41 of your petition. You agree with me that it is signed by the firm of Tua and Company. And you agree with me that it is against Standing Order 198 of the Kisii County Assembly. You don't know. Let me take you to, you claim that the Kisii County Public Service Board did employ persons without the recommendation, the approval, or request from various people, right? Yes. Let me take you through our volume 4 of our matters. Are you there? Are you on you are it? Yes, page 375. So it's on page 376. Page 376 of volume 4. Are you there? Yes. What is the title of that particular letter? Employment of health personnel. Where is the letter emanating? The Department of Public Health, Office of the Chief Officer Health Services. It is addressed to whom? County Secretary, County Secretary. It is CC to whom? Board secretary, city council.
Board secretary, city council. And you can read the contents of that particular request in a minute. Our department,
This is acute shortage of technical staff across the health facility, including county government institutions. The shortage has been occasioned by national attrition, opening up of new facilities, and increased clientele from local counties.
very well. You agree with me that the content of that particular letter is requesting the county secretary and it is CC to the county public service board requesting for more staff. Agree? Let me take you to page 377 of the same volume. The next page. Can you read the title of the letter?
Request for additional staff
Requesting for additional staff from which office?
from finance.
From the office of finance and accounting service, right? It is addressed to whom?
Request to county secretary and head of office.
County secretary and head of public service. And it is CC to whom?
To acting secretary of the service.
And the content? 1 minute.
Requesting for additional staff.
Requesting for additional staff. Okay. Let me take you to another one. Is on page 378 of the same volume 4. It is from which department?
From civil science and environment and other departments.
Addressed to the county secretary, right? And CC to the county public transport. And it is also requesting for more officers, right? Very well, thank you. Page 379 of the same volume. Is it there?
Yes.
It is from which department?
From
Chief Officer Agriculture Cooperative and Development, right? It is also requesting for staff addressed to the KC County Secretary and also CC to the public service board, right? Page 380 of the same volume. You also see it is from which department? Department, the office of the chief officer, administration, right? It is also requesting for more staff, right? The next one is on page 381, the same volume. You can see it. From which office? Office of the chief? Health services. Office of the chief officer, right? And it is requesting for more employees, right? Very well. The other one is on page 82. You can see it. From which department? Trade, tourism and industry. And it is requesting for trade development officers. 383 page 83 in there. The office of the chief officer, public works and housing, right? And it is also requesting for more staff. Page 84. Trade and tourism.
Yes.
Requesting for more staff. 385. Office of the chief officer, agriculture and cooperative development.
Yes.
Requesting for more staff.
Yes.
And also the last one is on the page 386.
From finance.
Office of the chief officer, finance, accounting services, right?
Yes.
Requesting for more staff. So your allegation that there was no request from various departments for recruitment spaces based on what you have gone, what I've checked with you.
Specific.
I've checked you through all those,
General. Specific.
and I've checked you through all those departments. And let me take you through page 387 of our state bundle. You agree with me that the minutes, right?
Yes.
And from the public means that they sat at the board. They sat at the board.
Yes, that's correct.
And approved the same. Page 390. Are you there? You there?
Yes.
From which department is the letter emanating from?
Water and sanitation.
Requesting for urgent need of staff, right?
Yes.
Addressed to the county secretary and
Yes.
also received to the public service board. You agree with me? You agree with me that the letter is for request is a request letter for staff, recruitment of staff, as per the contents of that particular letter, right? As per the contents, you agree?
Yes.
Well, thank you. Let me also check you through this. Page 396 of the same volume. It is dated which date? 5th of May. From which department? Water and sanitation, right? Water and sanitation. Requesting for more staff, right? Very well. Page 4 or 6 of the same bundle. Is from which department?
From livestock, fisheries, livestock, and veterinary services.
Addressed to whom?
Addressed to county secretary and head of public service.
Was the content of the letter?
Intent for replacement and succession management plan.
Very well. Another one, let me take you briefly through page 410. What's the content of that? You can see it is from which department?
It's from the head of county public service.
The county secretary and head of county public service. And the content is additional vacancies for the advertised on the 7th of April, right?
Yes.
Very well. So it is from which it is subject to the Department of Agriculture, right? Paragraph 2 of that.
Yes, Department of Agriculture, yes.
Okay. And you also agree with me that as per page 412, there was a meeting of the cabinet approving the same. Yes, you can see it?
Yes, I can see it.
You can see the minutes, and let me take you to page 413 of the same report as we wrap up. Minute 3 to 5 to 322. And you read the paragraph up to 2015, the revised 2015. Two requests.
Two requests were proposed before the county secretary committee. They were seeking the committee approval to further number of positions advertised vacancies from the Department of Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries, and Corporate Development, and Water, Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources, respectively. The vacancies have been advertised by the County Public Service Board following a shortage of technical staff occasioned by exit from service since 2015. It was worthy to note that the department had an excess allocation of 24 million in budget, and the more staff had exceeded the service from the time the advertised was made to the County Public Service Board. Therefore, the County Executive Committee approved the department's request to get additional staff in line with the statutory requirements and to consider alignment with faculty advertised.
So it was approved by the approved by the cabinet this month, right? Yes, you agree. Okay, thank you. Another one, let me take this through page as I finish. Page 424 of 424 volume 4. It also want to increase enrollment of VCD teachers, right?
Yes.
From the department to which department? The date of that letter?
March 2022.
March 2022, 14. So, in summation, all the requests were made, and the public service board acted on those requests as legally required. Right? The requests were made, approvals were made by the cabinet, and they performed their constitutional mandate. And as I finish, I put it to you that the allegations put forth in your petition are just but mere allegations based on phantom theories that don't exist.
Thank you, Mr. Tiko. Our time is running out. Only 1 hour. I have 4 other colleagues that will come after me. I just request that you answer the question as I asked it. You, in your petition, you talk of promotions, and one of the counts that we are talking of promotion of employees without following down the laid down laws and regulations. What do you mean by this?
It doesn't specify how you're supposed to do that.
Which regulations were you mean that the board did not follow, did not comply with? As you get the regulation, you will agree with me that ordinarily it's normal for employees to be promoted. Is that not right?
Yes.
Okay. So that as a reward for good work, people ordinarily get promoted. Or within a framework. As you are laying out these charges in your petition, as you are instructing your advocate, were you aware that there are schemes of service that regulate promotions?
Yes.
Which scheme of service did you come across as you are preparing the petition? Are you aware? Have you referred to it in the petition, especially with regard to promotion? You can look at page 32 of the petition, running to page 34. Anywhere where you refer to scheme of service? I have 10 minutes, Mr. Atika. Have you referred to anything known as scheme of service in your petition?
No.
You not. Now, are you aware that the scheme of service chair, I'm referring the witness, the petitioner, to volume number 3 of our documents. Are you aware that the scheme of service related to finance and budget officers, the one I'm showing you at page 198 of our panel?
You have seen what's it.
You are seeing it. Have you ever seen this document in your life? You know, you're coming here and saying you're an expert in employment matters. Have you ever seen this scheme of service? Look at it, Bwana Atiku. Have you ever seen it? This relates to finance and budget officer.
What I did in my
My
confinement.
question is, have you ever seen it? Have you seen this document?
I didn't see.
Okay. Have you seen it? That's the question. Have you seen it?
I didn't see. No.
You'll have to answer if you haven't seen it.
No.
Are you aware that at page 223, there's a scheme of service related to toilets? Did you see this?
No.
You did not see it. Are you aware also that there is a scheme of service regulating even people that work under water and sewage? Are you aware? It's here. Did you look at it? You did not. Then on what basis, if you did not look at the schemes of service, are you saying that the promotion was done without following down the laws and regulations? What laws and regulations are you telling the committee? Are you telling the House?
Very specific my job.
Which law? Which law? If you didn't, you've never seen the schemes of service in your life. You are seeing them today. Which laws are these?
Specify exactly what the basis is.
Pardon? Pardon?
Say that, say the basis of the allegations.
Or just generally the allegations as they are here?
Or what
Okay.
they raised out.
Oh, fine, fine. Let me move very quickly. You also say that the board failed to provide for human resource management and career development practices. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this?
It was a specific issue.
Which
Combined
issue is that?
assessment,
Which one?
not general.
Can you explain kindly? Our clients need to understand why you want them sent home on this ground. Because you know, we told you that, and we were raising it in the House, that there is no specific allegation against a particular commissioner to enable us to respond. You just say, failure to provide for human resource management and career development practices. What do you mean? That's issue number 6. The other one I was asking about promotion is number 5. It's page 35 of your petition, Madam T. Failure to provide for human resource management and career development practices. What do you mean by that?
My experience is not specific career development. The career development is very clear what is supposed to be carried out.
Now, I've shown you, you are saying at B, look at page 36 of the petition. You are saying that there are no current or updated schemes of service.
Yes.
I've shown you schemes of service.
Is it
Are
updated?
you surprised?
Is it updated?
How often should the schemes of service be updated? Must it be according to your scale? How should it be updated? We have the Law of Succession Act done in 1982. Not updated. Still in force. We have the Constitution 2010. Not updated. What do you mean? I'm showing you the schemes of service.
Does it?
What do you mean? They are schemes of service. So your complaints, if the schemes of service are not updated, you mean that the
You don't
commission,
have an answer to say,
if they are not updated, is that the fault of the commissioners? If they are using the 2009 one.
It's their responsibility to update
So you want them sent home because the schemes of service are not updated.
the specific cases for that.
Which one?
Point by
Pardon?
That is the reason why it was
Which reason? You are here to send these guys home. They should go home according to you. Why? You need to convince the committee and ourselves. Okay. Are you aware that there were requests, even by the county secretary, requesting or commending people for promotion? if the board was to consider and find that request merited, should it be declined?
My case is very specific.
Let me go to, I think I have 3 minutes. Let me go specifically to the case of the 5th respondent. Do you know her? 5th respondent. Yes. For purposes of record, you can just mention the name.
Judy Omare Krai.
When was she appointed?
June.
28th of June 2022. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. How are the allegations in your petition, especially those running prior to appointment, how do they affect her? You still want her to go home in respect of allegations before she was sworn in?
I'm addressing this of support member yes. To go home.
So that, I want to get your answer right. So that, if she's a board member and she was not a board member as at the time, just a minute, I want you to answer that so that even my colleague Andrew to get your answer. So that you are saying that even if the acts complained of were 2019, 2020, 2021, before she was sworn in, she needs to go home?
The support member is singular and correct.
So that your answer is, by virtue of her being a board member, she should go home.
If they are paid.
Are you aware that the board works by way of majority, by numbers?
I'm not a member of the board.
Okay. But your job, you've been sent to just ensure that every commissioner goes off, regardless of whether he or she participated in doing anything.
Do I have to go through singular and correct?
So that for her, because I wanted to inquire about whether you know the processes of recruitment, from requisition, advertisement, and anything, so that for her, you confirm that basically you have no case against her. Because she's a member of the board, she should go home. Is that what you're telling the committee?
There are specific allegations.
Which one? Which one? Which one?
You go home.
Which one? Which allegation against this particular commission? Which one? So that you can tell the board that she sat here, did this, and this is why she should go home.
The time on reporting is for us to visit your specimen.
So that I hope, Chair, you got that she was a board member, she should go home with us by virtue of being a commission. That will be all for this on my part. I believe Mr. Sorry.
So you are a senior citizen of this country. And I'm glad to use that all the allegations that have been leveled against all the 5 district board members of the Public Board were actions of the Public Service Board of correct. Yes. And that Section 7 Government Act. The Public Service Board is a body corporate. Correct? Yes. So those decisions were decisions of the Public Service Board, not individual decisions of the commissioners or the board members. That's right. Yes. For the seat of another person. Yes. The natural justice, we allow someone to sacrifice for the seat of another person.
I was talking about board members, singular, the correction.
The petition paper looks like correct.
It directed against the board members individually. Nancy, Judy, Usman, and others. It is not a petition directed against the board which made these decisions, because all these decisions were with the board.
I think here in the Senate, I have seen the different program, and I think here they believe the section that here is implement and correct.
We are going to from the very beginning that the decisions that were made, for which we are now holding the members responsible are decisions of the County Public Service Board, which are going to cooperate. Correct?
Yes, there is individual.
So how do you now hold them personally liable for those commissions or commissions of the board? I'm not particularly here now when it comes to even some of the members who are not reading officers and go to life.
They were members of the board at the time of the vote for political.
For decisions which were taken by the board at some point in time.
Those were examples I gave to support what I consider commission.
Finally, in your own conscience, do you agree to be banned? And you as a person, do you agree to be banned for the sins of another person? For the offense of another person? Do you want to take that burden, take that punishment? You yourself, do you be willing to take up a punishment for another person?
Yeah, respectfully, that is not a question. That's a personal opinion and a conscience question.
Also, I was saying to ensure that you ask questions which are, thank you. Ask questions which are within the petition. Try as much as you can to ask them. Thank you for the question.
I thought that you said that she's standing in school as
good afternoon, Mr. Peter. Now, I want to refer you back to your letter, volume 1, page 69. Yes, in brief, you say you are an auditor by profession, correct?
yes.
And were your services advertised by the county government? Were you making the request as one for advertisement?
No. I'm afraid of citizen. I'm in charge of any advertisement.
And which body within the county government is mandated to deal with management of human resources, the workforce?
Public service. Public service.
Do you have any evidence that you made any requests to the service in regard to the queries that you raised in several issues?
Where I could meet
Yes, request. Do you have any evidence for the meeting that you requested information to the board?
No.
Are you aware that the law you are a duty to make such a request?
When it's necessary.
Now, what is your relationship with the excellence, the government? What is your relationship? Is it personal?
No reason.
No relationship. Now, I want to refer you to.
When you come from a constituency where I'm married.
Now, I want to refer you to volume 1 of our record document, page number 2C. You can start with number 2A. page number 2A of volume 1. Do you know that document?
No, I've seen the document.
Do you know it?
I don't know if I've seen it.
Now, I want to try to page 2B, number 22 on the list. Who is on number 222 on the list? Who are there?
Benson Atika.
Who is Benson Atika? It's yourself. And in column 3, you are representing who in that exercise?
I'm not seeing the handwriting, but what is it?
Now, you have clearly indicated that you are representing the government in that exercise, correct?
That's what they did.
That's what the document says. What is the ID number?
0.
You confirm that is the ID number?
Yes, it is.
And the last column, is that the signature?
Yes.
So you confirm that which date was that? Go back to 2A.
The first November 20.
Do you remember that exercise or that function?
Yes.
Can you tell us what is the name of that exercise that you're carrying out on that material day?
It was related to which did as a human resources consultant exercise.
So, you confirm which body was carrying out the exercise on that material day. According to this document, just another document, column 3, page 2A. ISRM group that was conducting. What was the purpose of that exercise? What was happening? What were you doing? What was the ISRM doing? Specific headcount. Now, if you evidence before the committee that you are not an employee of the county, you are not an employee of ISRM.
Yes.
So what was your specific role in this matter?
I just went there because I was looking at the way to develop the
In what capacity?
as an ordinary system of this kind.
Now look at the entire document. Up to the last number 62. Are you seeing any ordinary system on that list? Are you seeing any ordinary system apart from Benson Atika on that list?
No, I'm not seeing it.
You are the extraordinary system, correct?
That's why I was working even here.
Now, in your capacity as the agent of the government,
Not the agent.
that's what you indicated. I take you back to number 52. You indicated the government that day. That is your handwriting. So don't run away from that. Just tell time. And the chair, I request that you cooperate. Now, as an agent of the government that activity, what were your specific instructions?
I did not get any instruction from anybody. I simply was affirming my work, which I was doing.
Now, what did you find?
And I can even tell you, the deputy vice chair, we are in the relation, we discussed issue on
Don't
the
answer. Now, what were the findings from that exercise?
I don't know.
No, your own findings, because you were present. What were your findings?
My finding is I interacted with the deputy chair for public service. We discussed about the finding of the guns. We did that.
So now,
And I found, and I'm the one who told you they are going to be attending. You think it's
let me answer your own question, Mr. Africa. You will have your chance. Now I'm asking you, are you aware of any findings from IHRM?
no.
So you are basically a gatekeeper of His Excellency the government, correct?
No.
Now, I refer you back to volume 1, page 69 of the letter. You made the request under Article 35, correct?
Yes.
Do you have any evidence the relevant government departments supply you the documents that you have. Any letter that forwarded the document to you.
No,
Any document.
it's not that. That's my copy from my certificate there.
Have you ever been sourced by the county government to undertake any audit exercise?
No.
That's
No.
all.
No.
Are you pre-qualified under the laws, under the procurement laws to undertake audit queries within the county?
If I'm talking, I'm not like
You are not.
No.
And you are aware, it's a duty of the county government, the county public service wants to employ.
Yes, I'm aware. That is why I'm here.
Are you aware the duty and mandate of the board to make promotions?
Yes.
Are you also aware that the duty of the board to convert parties to permanent?
Within the law, yes.
Now, in one of your grounds in the petition, number 4, your ground number 4, in your second petition, are you aware you have filed a petition? How many petitions have you filed before the House? I want a specific answer. How many petitions have you filed?
Other than requesting for the adoption of the
It's an answer. I'm asking you a specific answer to this question. Get me a quick answer.
I have 2 documents which are called petition.
So, in your, where are you referring to deliberate circumventing the law and recruitment by engaging and converting purported casual I'm referring to the start of the second petition. This now we are enacted that 2 petitions there. Whose mandate is it to undertake such exercise?
Converting is a county.
So conversion of the current agreement to contract.
The county cost.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, you have listed 5 respondents, and I want specifically to address who particularly undertook that exercise. And don't tell me the entire course. Be specific. What are the specific allegations against the first respondent in regard to conversion of employment?
Now let me tell you what is that.
Yes.
What I'm talking about is
I don't know.
in paragraph.
Understand my question. You have any specific allegations in regard to conversion of employment against the first respondent, specific in the document. It's yes or no, so that we move fast. Mr. Speaker? It's yes or no. You have any specific allegation